Earlier, I spoke with a mother whose baby suffered a severe HIE brain injury at birth, and doctors have now told her that CP or cerebral palsy, that might be a likely outcome down the road. During this conversation, she said something that stuck with me, and what she said was, I wish that someone would just break all this down. Nobody tells you what to do after this kind of thing happens to your family. That's what this video is going to be about today. If your baby has been diagnosed with HIE and doctors are now mentioning a possible CP diagnosis, you're probably dealing with a lot of emotions right now. And at the same time, you're trying to figure out what you should actually be doing to help your baby and to be able to protect your family moving into the future. So let's take some time today and let's start with something that is really simple, but it's really important. You need to begin collecting your baby's medical records as early as possible. Even if you're not sure yet whether something went wrong, these records, they will matter. They will help you be able to understand what happened during labor and delivery. They can also give your doctors and any type of specialist that you may use in the future, it may give them more tools to make decisions moving forward with your baby and their care. And if there is ever a legal question later, these records are going to be key in being able to put the pieces of the puzzle together for you so you can get a full picture of everything. To get the records, you have to make your request, as I've said in previous videos, in writing to the hospital's medical records department. You need to be specific. You want the labor and delivery records. You want your baby's full chart if you can get it, especially if your baby has spent time in the NICU. You want the placental pathology report. And make sure to specifically ask for the fetal heart monitoring strips. And what these are the long paper strips or the digital recordings that show your baby's heart rate during labor. They don't always get saved in the regular medical chart. And if you don't ask for them directly, they might not be included in what the hospital gives you. Some hospitals will only keep them for a limited amount of time, so it's important to make this request early on in time. Also, ask for any brain imaging and any type of reports that are with those. If your baby had MRIs or ultrasounds or CTs and all these types of imaging scans, you want the reports. Now, here's something else that you need to be prepared for. You might not get everything the first time you ask. Some hospitals will send incomplete records. Some may take weeks or months. You may have to follow up more than one time with them. This is where you have to be persistent. You're not being difficult, you're protecting your child. The reason why I'm saying this is because we know this when we send out records for families. Sometimes it could take a long time. Now, let's talk about something else that doesn't get said enough. If you feel like something is missing from the medical explanation that you have been given, it's okay to essentially seek a second opinion. Some families think they're not allowed to ask for another doctor to look at things, and that's just simply not true. A second opinion can help confirm the diagnosis. It also may lead to different therapy options or other new information about your baby's condition that could be very important and helpful for you. You're not questioning your current doctor. You're making sure that every angle has been explored because you're fighting for your baby's future. I do want to say this. Not every HIE injury is caused by medical malpractice. That's important to understand. But sometimes these injuries, they will happen even when the care has been appropriate. It's met the standard of care. But there are also cases, and far too many in my opinion, where warning signs were missed, delays happen, or bad decisions were made. And when that's the case, families deserve to know the truth. So, even if you have the smallest concern that something may have went wrong during labor or delivery, you want to talk with the birth injury lawyer. These cases involve both your baby's legal rights and your legal rights as a parent. And depending on where you live, you could have deadlines for taking action, even if your baby is still pretty young. A birth injury investigation is not about guessing with all of this. It's about taking those medical records, the fetal heart strips, and having experienced professionals be able to review them. It's about putting the puzzle together and asking the hard questions. So, could your baby's HIE brain injury, could it have been prevented? Should it have been prevented? At my law firm, we are not going to charge you up front to do a birth injury investigation. Now, that's not how every law firm is going to work. So you want to make sure that you ask them about those types of things. But what matters most is that you give yourself a chance to get real answers. That mother who asked me to make this video today, she said she felt lost at first. She didn't know what questions to ask. She didn't even know where to start with any of this. So if that's where you are right now, start here. Request your baby's medical records. Ask for a second opinion if something is just not sitting right with you. And if you have legal questions, talk with someone who knows how these cases work. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and if you have any other questions about your baby's HIE brain injury at birth or subsequent CP diagnosis, if you have these types of questions from a medical legal standpoint, don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. You can find out more information about me in my profile here. If you're watching this video on certain types of apps, that's where you're watching the video, you may be able to send me a DM and we can chat for a little bit about what's going on with your baby story. Or you can just wait and watch the picture that follows the end of this video. All right, that's going to be it for this afternoon's quick educational video. Have a great day, everybody.